Health Institute.
You know, my patients have asked me many times to whether they should come to this place in Puerto Rico. In short, what is the essence of this place differ from other places?
We teach the original Living Food Lifestyle program from Dr. Wigmore.
What did she believe so strongly that perhaps some other places using raw foods don't use?
In this program, we reconnect, reveal, and rejuvenate, and also wake up the healing powers within. And in this institute, we create a space for the body heal itself, because the body is the healer. We are using only nature. And
in other words, no supplements.
No supplements.
That's something that's different from other institutes where they actually use all living products to accomplish what they want, both in digestion and elimination of the whole body. And as she said, it's a way to create a space for your body to heal yourself.
It's wonderful to see how the body responds to nature, because we have the same elements that we find in the nature. And then the food is our real medicine, because the body will accept it in a natural way. We are using the wheatgrass juice, which is 90% chlorophyll or 99% chlorophyll, and full of nutrients and vitamins and minerals and amino acids and phytonutrients that really help us to heal at the cellular level. And we're using also our famous energy soup.
Oh yes. You know, it's I've been to many different institutes, and one of the first things that I discovered right away was this blended green material called the soup. And I'd like you to explain why you use this.
We are focused on the digestive system, and we want to give to the body food that is easier to digest, because your body is going to heal when you have a good digestion, a good absorption, and a good assimilation, and a good elimination.
Well, that is something that is quite comprehensive. I call this the boot camp of living foods, because they're not only interested in what you're putting into your mouth, easily digestible, but they're also concerned about how good the food quality is in terms of its fermentation to make digestion easier. Let's face it, all of us get old, all of us lose our digestibility, and therefore it is imperative that they want you to use a very super nutritious food, but more than that, easily digestible food. The other thing that's unique about this place is that they emphasize so much on the elimination. So we're talking about the entire GI tract, from the esophagus all the way down through the small bowel for digestion, and then the next boom is the large colon.
Elimination is the end of all the digestive process, and the colon is a source of health or a source of disease. And the colon is also the house of friendly bacteria, which are very important in order to have a good, healthy body. And in this way, we also support our immune system.
You know, one of the things that I learned here was the use of wheatgrass juice in all orifices besides the mouth. I have been accustomed to drinking it, but to my greatest surprise, we have learned to do it in our own rooms. The implantation of wheatgrass juice, about 40, 60 cc's, and let the absorption take place. Traditionally in medicine, we have used the rectum for many medications and fluids, and they have just incorporated a system that we all knew and have used it in multiple modalities and multiple routes. Is that correct?
Yes.
So are the people surprised when you ask them to use it?
Yes, for sure. And also you were surprised when you were doing wheatgrass juice in your nostrils.
That's right.
Remember?
You know, I've always been plagued with chronic sinusitis. And so my throat and my nose is always the weak area, and I was very anxious to try it. And, you know, in fact, to my surprise, I am breathing and respiring better than ever.
Yes.
One of the most important questions, of course, my audience, I'm sure, is thinking about it, is a place like this, do they actually lose weight
Oh, yes.
in a healthy way?
Very healthy way. And some people lose 10 pounds in a week, and other people 16 in 2 weeks. Some people lose less because depend on each body. And if they wait longer and they are doing like in 4 weeks or 2 months this program, they are losing weight not so fast. At the beginning seem to be fast, but then it's slowly until the person get the right weight and healthy.
Yeah.
That is the key.
We have known that caloric restriction helps with longevity and delays brain decay and also arrests cancers. This diet here and this way of life is a form of restricted calories. They do not eat a lot of calories. They eat a lot of bulk. There's a lot of super digested foods. But I think that this is a prime example of what we see in calorie restricted food, where they immediately lose the weight.
Yeah.
But much more than that, you're actually changing the genetic expression. That is not the main goal of the institution, but as a side product, you almost inevitably will lose weight. Even when I've been here this week, I notice my pants are getting looser and looser, and I have to change my belts to a tighter one. I was just wondering if you could share with us your long experience with the kind of complications or symptoms when they go through this kind of radical or intensive change.
The body is going into detox because the food that we are giving is easy to digest, and the body finally can release all this toxicity that the body accumulates in the cells. You will have symptoms of detox that confuse the people because sometimes they feel that they are getting sick.
Like what kind of symptoms?
Well, people sometimes eliminate a lot of mucus. They feel congested at the beginning, and then they release and they feel clear after cleaning the colon and eating this food for a while. Headaches is another symptom.
How about
And
body
also-
parts? Any
And
other parts?
also is pain, muscular pains in the legs. Yes, also lower back.
Yes, I actually witnessed this week somebody who had bilateral hip pain. It isn't the bone. It was the musculature and the ligaments and probably the lymphatics. So how do they get rid of it?
We are using enemas, brushing the skin, trampoline, using also breathing techniques, and being patient too, and
Yes.
breathing a lot, and knowing that this is a process that you have to go through. Now, a student notice that doing the exercise in the morning, the stretches in the morning and in the afternoon, that helps them with all these pains and these symptoms. It's like pumping your organs with some yoga, stretches, and helping the toxins to move more efficient through the channels of elimination, and drinking a lot of
Drinking
liquids.
a lot of water.
Hydrate the
That's a
body.
very, very important point. One of the things that I deal with quite a few ill patients, but I kept saying to myself, it must be a place where they have a lot of people who have a clear motive because they're ill. But what about healthy people? This should be a way to have them come. Do you welcome healthy people too?
Yes, we welcome families with children, little children. Some mothers are coming with babies, or they come husband and wife, and one take care of the child and the other is taking classes. With the new generations need to learn a new way of living. And we need this for this new millennium.
Absolutely.
And Wigmore said, in the new millennium, you will need in order to survive this living full lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I want to add something else about our institute. In that 2 weeks or even 1 week, we feel a wonderful family. We create a family where the students are very comfortable, safe. They feel safe. And it's such a loving experience and warm. It's not only the type of weather that we have in Puerto Rico, it's also that what create among us. It's a beautiful experience for us. Every 2 weeks, we feel so connected to the people, like there is no differences at all. It's a heart connection, a soul connection, and we really care for each other. It's really coming from a heart place.
And that's healing.
Yeah.
So that is a healing. That is the reason because they can heal here.
And you allow it.
Yes.
You facilitate this process by partly your great leadership, your gentleness, and the way you gave lectures to people. It isn't intimidating, even though this is a boot camp, you know.
A loving boot camp. A loving boot camp.
We welcome a lot of people to explore this place. Besides, this will be a wonderful place to lose weight, have an understanding of living food, and have a vacation at the same time. Would you say so?
Yes, and be connected with who you are.
Most important. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.